What's up, everyone? Welcome to episode 7, the 80's bitch. Today, me and Javi are going to be talking about the times, the music, the movies, and so much more. Relax, get a brew, and enjoy the 80's, son. Hey, Javi, welcome back to episode 7, the 80's bitch. What's going on, man? Yeah.
It's all good, bro. It's just hot as hell.
Yeah, dude. The sun, summertime is not my friend right now, bro. It's just, sun could fuck itself. Know what I'm saying?
Dude, I work outdoors, and it felt like that scene in Terminator where they're like, she's leaning on the cage, and then the fucking explosion comes out of nowhere. That's how it felt, dog.
My body's like, bro, as a bigger guy, the sun is not where it's at. Especially all the hot ass ashes coming down from the Azusa fires. That's not working out for me at all. Bro, let's get positive. The 80's.
Yeah.
What the fuck you know about the 80's, bro?
Okay, let's get this straight. Number one, I'm a late 90's kid.
Yeah,
so,
no shit.
Yeah, it's gonna be difficult, but the internet exists, TV exists, reruns exist. So I kind of got my knowledge so far.
What do you think? Just off the top of our heads, because we got a topic list, but what do you think it is about the 80's that attracts you to that specific time in history? Like, what is it? Like,
number one, music. Number two, clothing. Number three, being outdoors.
Yeah.
And number four, how cheap it was back then.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, we were off the air. You were saying 80 cents for a bag of bread, dude. $1 and change for fucking gas. Like,
dude, a pair of Nikes, like really legit Nikes were like $55, and you were talking about like brand, like really expensive ass brand Nikes.
That's like
nowadays they're like two. Now they're like 200, 300, 500, even 1,000, and people are willing to pay that much. What the fuck?
I know, and I'm cheap too, because I usually go to the outlets for that extended discount and the family discount and all that bullshit. But yeah, man, everyday life back then. I mean, coming from someone, I was born in '88, late '88, so I have, I have that middle ground where I can kind of like call myself an '80's kid. And I lived through the 90's, and I remember most of it, because I had a younger Diaz, and the culture was there, dude. They lived through the 80's, so it was kind of like being there with older sisters, sort of say,
Yeah,
so
man.
it was really cool, and yeah, for me, dude, a lot of it was the artists, all the music, the style, the fucking hair. Like when you get to the late 80's with Motley Crue and the like all the glam hair metal bands, like that's just that's.
Dude, did you notice like the more you look like a chick in the metal band, the more people would watch you and listen to you?
Yeah, you can't. It sucks because people now like. It sucks, but the more you look like a chick, they're just gonna talk shit about you. And it's like,
But like back then, like they would wear like super tight clothing.
Yeah.
They would wear makeup, and yet everybody was like, "You're a fucking badass.
Yeah.
I want to listen to you."
Yeah, man. Like they had fucking bands like White Snake and Guns N' Roses, Motley Crue, fucking Metallica. Not you, Lars. But the rest of the band was pretty sick, and then you get like you get people that kind of defined certain, like in 83 to 85 you have bands like the Culture Club, and you get people like Wham, George Michael, with a feathered looking, and no one knew back then that they were gonna like come out to be but.
Not only that, the rise of rap music, like Run DMC,
yeah,
LL Cool J,
culture in general, like all that shit it's cool, and I think the 80's more than the 90's, you're gonna get a little more, what's the word? You're gonna be able to, shit, I'm blanking. What do you call those people on Instagram? influencers. They were the original influencers because that shit, their style back then is still translated to today's kids. Like those red tracksuits, dude, the Adidas tracksuits with wearing a gold chain. There's gangsters up in LA that still dress like that, dude. And it's fucking 30 years later.
Pretty much whatever you saw in the MTV music videos, that was the clothing that was trending. If Madonna was wearing a skirt, I'm gonna be wearing, a woman's gonna be wearing a skirt too.
Dude, definitely, yeah.
If Madonna has her hair all long and puffy, everybody's gonna do the same shit. You know?
The hair tease, that's what it was back then, dude. I'm gonna grow it out. I think I can pull it off a little bit. Just I don't have my hairnet or what is it? Aquanet. My fucking hairspray. I don't have that shit right now. I'm gonna special order it, but Ozone's doing okay now. But yeah, man, it's a fucking trip. The 80's were, it's a literal blast from the past, and it's alive today. It's alive today with I got my kid in the background. No, but it's being kept alive today by like reruns. My Spotify playlist is all fucking 80's. You get clubs.
Bro, when we go karaoke, all we do is sing 80's new wave
that's music, what it is, bro. Journey's the number one thing that I fucking pick all the time. No, but you got clubs like the new wave. What's some of the one? I know you get your 80's on, like when you go and you fucking dance and all that shit.
Yeah, man. Places I've gone is like New Wave Bar. They have really good 80's music. There's another one called Holy Bully. They have a mixture of Spanish rock and 80's music.
Sick. Dude, the 80's Spanish rock. Sorry to cut you off. Spanish rock in the 80's, best Spanish rock.
Exactly.
Like, it goes hand in hand. It wasn't just in English. That shit was all over fucking Mexico, Latino America. Like, it was there, and it's fucking flavorful. Continue.
But yeah, man. I mean, those are just two bars that I go frequently. Really good DJ that plays that kind of music.
Yeah.
And again, I'm not an 80's kid, but I actually prefer that music during that time, man, because it's so good.
Yeah.
So it's a song. Every time I listen to your playlist, I hear a song like, man, this is a good song.
Mm-hmm.
I want to dance to it. I want to jam out to it. I want to work out to it.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. All over my my gym playlist, I have things like fucking Modern Love by Bowie. You have fucking Bizarre Love Triangle. Fucking Some Culture Club. I have a lot of just Billy Idol. It's a bunch of shit that for what it was back then, it revolutionized pop charts. Like, it was okay to be a pop band in the 80's because, dude, it was getting massive plays. Bands were getting chicks. It was about everything. Like, the Pepsi generation, bro. It was fucking in. That's what's hot right now. And yeah, dude.
Speaking of Pepsi, what are you drinking today, man?
Oh, I know you're gonna make me feel bad because you said you weren't gonna drink today, but I have my my Sublime that I got from last week. That's really good. And then I felt a little frisky today, so I mixed myself up Jack Daniels and ginger ale for later in my Star Wars.
Sweet.
Yeah, and look at that, Luke versus Vader. It's from the 80's, 83.
Oh, hell yeah!
All right. I call it a.
So what are today's topics, man?
What
are we going to talk about today?
I call it a Jack and Ginger. Yeah. Well, everything's 80's. Today's episode is strictly 80's, but we're gonna get into. We already got into the times, like the way it was, everyday life. We're gonna talk about the culture, the hair, the style, the music, evolution, MTV. Watch me talk about MTV because I got some beef with MTV. Games, and then we're gonna finish off with the movies, bro. The movies is where it's at, But
now, before we get to the next topic, but fun fact, it seems that women would work more often back in the 80's. They would want to be more independent, work more often. Make their own money. and they would actually prefer to be single because they wanted to be on their own.
And so what you're saying is women now are lazy.
About 50-50,
That's what I'm saying.
I would say.
I'm kidding. No disrespect, but
you know what the average salary was, man? Starting from the 80s, like
a year?
80s?
A year?
It was about 19,000.
Jesus.
Oh and then by 89, it raised up to 27,000.
Damn. And is that
average? It all depended on what you worked on, but it was about an average.
That's about a middle class ish.
Yeah, okay. Man. And, like buying your own house. Early 80s was about like 68,000 to buy your own house. Fuck. By 89, it was about 120,000, man.
Yeah, dude, and it's hard. Okay, it's hard to get a house now, especially with our generation, because generations older than us already got that opportunity. They have their houses. So I'm like, for someone to get a house now, it's like you're looking at fucking 120,000 to like what the fours, $250,000. Like it's, I mean, $500,000. It's fucking insane, dude. But that goes to show the power of inflation. It's not even the power of love, huh? Power of love.
Anyways, yeah, let's move on.
All right, let's do style, bro.
Style,
bro. Okay.
What can you tell me about style?
I can tell you a whole bunch about style. What do you want to know about style?
First of all, I want to know how people would get their hairs done back then.
I don't know, bro. I was from fucking 88. Like, I was a baby. No, but I remember, dude, in the house, you could kind of tell because if you lived in a house with women who grew up in the 80s, more than likely they're gonna carry that styling into the 90s a little bit. So I was able to see, and bro, girls look a lot different, 100,000% different, because nowadays you can go. They get like perms and shit, and they did that in the 80s, but now they do it because they're trying to bring it back, I feel. And they didn't have like girls with straight hair back then. It was all teased. You get your fro picks, fucking do this over the top, over the front, and fucking spray it with Aquanet, and then it gets stuck like that. Like that scene.
Yeah, hairspray was very popular.
Yeah, Aquanet, bro. That's all I remember from the 80s, Aquanet. But remember that scene from There's Something About Mary, where he gets some of his jizz on Cameron Diaz's hair, and then she's like, oh, hair gel, and she fucking puts it up, and it stays like that. That's what it looked like, dude. Like, that's the main thing is hair, and then fucking bands too, dude. Like they're fucking. I'm still like, okay. I'm a little jealous that I didn't get to like style my hair like that when I had longer hair, because I was in a couple metal bands in high school, and but my hair grows really straight, like thick and straight. So when it gets to a certain length, it just fucking falls straight down. And I remember all the girls in high school were like, "Oh my god, I'm so jealous of his hair. He gets it so straight." And I was like, "Well, dude, I don't do shit to it. I wash it, condition, boom, like." Yeah, but it's hair was a different monster. There's a reason why they call them hair metal bands, dude. Like, if you're in a hair band, you got it made. Yeah, but have you seen like certain styles besides like the? I mean, I know you could pop open Google and then be like show me 80s style clothing or whatever. You're always gonna get something neon, something with fucking denim.
Yeah. So based on what I did on my research, it was like they would wear like neon clothing. They were like really tight clothing, or they were like you pretty much stand out. Like you were standing out. Like there's no way that nobody would be like, oh, that guy's wearing a bright red shirt, or that guy's wearing a rainbow clothing or something. It was like the more you stand out, the more popular you were gonna be. Yeah. Honestly.
And you know what, dude? In high school, I think it was 2004. It was my ending of sophomore year, beginning of junior year. Dude, I tried dressing like that one time, and I remember it was a fucking I was looking kind of like Judd Nelson from The Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
You know, I had my torn Dickies with my black socks and Chuck Taylors, and then I had a fucking Clash t-shirt on with my jean jacket, and I had my long hair. These fucking football players, bro, they call me faggot. I'm like, what? Okay, like, okay, no. Just because I said that word, I don't, you know, that's what it was back in 2004. Yeah, and I was like, okay, like, how did they get that from the way that I put my clothes on this morning? I was feeling a little bit rock and roll that morning, so I fucking dressed like I knew that people in the 80s and 90s dress. And it's the same fucking thing,
dude.
Dude.
Man.
Yeah, so, I mean, that didn't make sense to me.
Times change, man.
Yeah.
Times change. Yeah,
and, but one thing that I am kind of thankful for, not that I can pull it off now, but that style, certain areas are bringing it back, and it's pretty cool. It sucks that they're hipsters because fuck hipsters, but at least some style is coming back, you know? They're probably gonna fuck it up with a fucking scarf and a fedora. Be like, I'm vegan. Oh. You know. But, yeah. Anything else on style you got, bro?
I don't know, man. I can't really think. I mean, I know for sure it was during a time, too, when, like, athletic people were releasing shoes left to right. You know, like Michael Jordan was releasing his Air Jordans, and people would buy them and buy them and buy them. And then, you know, I think, if I'm not mistaken, Converse was still a thing. People wear Converse. I don't know.
Yeah, dude. Converse is one of those generational things. Fucking from the, I think, early 60s, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe even the 50s. Because they did have the PF Flyers that look like Converse from, remember the Sandlot? The black shoes that Benny was wearing? That's a real thing, bro. The PF Flyer. And those were been around since the 50s. So I could imagine if they look exactly like Chuck Taylor's, that there's probably going to be some sort of, I think that company was around in the 60s, dude. Because what else were greasers gonna wear? Yeah, what were greasers gonna wear? That's all they wore is fucking Converse and leather jackets. Bro, okay, so the style was in, the hair was magical. Times were a little cheaper, but let's talk about some fucking music, dog.
Man,
what do you know about the music?
I know a shit ton of keyboard, a shit ton of different percussion instruments, violins, string instruments. It was just wild. Like they pretty much heard something and like, oh, put that shit in the music, and people would be like, holy fuck, that sounds good,
bro. And talking about music, fucking the music videos, bro. You had bands. Fucking Motley Crue, fucking girls. You know what I'm talking about? Like that shit, dude. That was a monster in its own. What else? You had Metallica. You had fucking Culture Club. You had Dixie's Midnight Riders, dude. With Come On Eileen, like come on what? Come on who?
You know what I've noticed too?
Yeah.
In some music videos, girls will shave their hair. Like, they would shave it short, like cut it up, like all their hair.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
You remember that?
Yeah. The Eurythmics. Yeah, there's some crazy ass girls, dude. I was gonna say bitches, but that's probably bad to say. Yeah, let's not say bitches. That's a bad no-no.
And then everybody was listening to Madonna, dude. Like Madonna, like blew up.
Yeah.
Music, man.
Like a virgin, more like a Javi.
Fuck you, dog.
I'm kidding, man.
Let's see. Michael Jackson was a huge thing too, man.
Dude, MJ, he was. They call him the king of pop, but he was the fucking master of the 80s. That shit was, dude. In the 80s was when he revolutionized the moonwalk. His dancing, dude. No fucking way, dude. It was on top of the world. He was the master of anything at the time. And then his music videos were fucking revolutionary. You'd never seen.
His album Thriller was the #1 selling album in the world. during that time, and it still is to this day.
Yeah, and dude, it's whoever has his music catalog now that he's gone. I think 11 years ago now. They're still making money, dude. Like, if he had a debt and he died with a debt, he must have cleared up by now.
Oh yeah,
but
it's insane, dude. Like, you know, do you remember the Pepsi commercials that he would do, man?
Yeah, dude. That's how Alonso Ribeiro from Carlton, he got one of his first commercials with Pepsi, and it was a Michael Jackson one, like imitating Michael Jackson. That kid got some moves, dude. And the gentleman now, he I mean, the Carlton is his dance. It's like I want to say he patented it. So it was yeah, you couldn't go anywhere in the 80s without, I'm pretty sure, having some sort of Michael Jackson dance being mimicked somewhere, dude. It was powerful. Like, everyone was doing it. Even with I'm gonna jump topics a little bit with the movies. He was a strong presence in a little bit of Back to the Future Part 2. Remember when he's in the future in the Cafe 80's? Michael Jackson's he's on the teleprompter and he's doing like we have a Coke and number one. I was like, dude, he was fucking everywhere, and that's pretty cool because that was done in '85. So you're kind of thinking, it's like, okay, it's from the time, but they're trying to be what's the word? They were trying to tell the future that we all knew would happen eventually, which was the 80's would still have a strong presence in the future.
Yes, indeed.
Even when they made that movie, dude, who's Robert Zemeckis, the director? That motherfucker, dude. So, yeah. He was ahead of his time. Like, how was he supposed to know that people in the late 2000s were still gonna be like in the 80's and Michael Jackson and all that bullshit, you know? So yeah, that's fucking crazy, dude. But back to music, dude. MTV.
It's MTV, man.
Dude, August. If I had a time machine, we've played this game before. Where would you go? Time machine wise, I think I would head to New York in August 1st, 1981. That's the first premiere date for MTV. So you flip on the channel, bump, click, there it is. I want my MTV, you know, that shit, dude. Fucking, too bad we only got like a good 14, 15 years out of it before they started making fucking reality shows, because that shit, I'll say it right now, you can quote me on this, fuck Snooki, dude. Jersey Shore.
Yes.
Jersey Shore was probably the ending of music television. That's what it was, music television. So how it went from that how it went from that to reality TV, I have no fucking idea. That was incomprehensible on the magnitude of stupidity that I did not ever understand, you know.
I mean, I came into the MTV scene, I think, early 2000s. They were sort of still showing music videos.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's how I learned about, like, you know, hey, do I want to listen to a song by Shakira or Backstreet Boys or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And then once in a while, they would throw an 80s song and be like, damn, this is the 80s?
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah. And, dude, it's fucking
crazy. Man, MTV was so popular in the 80s, dude. It's like everybody wanted to know what's going on with a certain group, what's popular in the music world, and then the music videos. Oh, my God. That's the number one thing everybody wanted to see. Yeah. Those goddamn music videos. Yeah. And I think that's what made a band successful. You know, they invested so much money on a music video, and then boom, everybody wanted to fucking listen to them and watch them just because of their dope ass music video.
Definitely, dude. And one of the first ones that was on there that I could remember that I saw was "Take on Me" by Aha. Bro,
oh man, dude, classic.
Yeah,
classic.
And it's simple as all fuck, dude. It's a cartoon. And then you blend in some live action, like you have the singer come in through the comic page, and dude, it tells a beautiful story. It's well choreographed. The art is limited, but it's good. You know, it's plain, and it's fucking. It's insane how something so basic can be above basic. You know, it could be so intricate, and you know that's
man. I think the first music video from the '80s that I saw was "Flock of Seagulls." I ran so far.
Yeah, another good one.
That's another classic song, man.
Bro, I want to live in the '80s again. It was just, you know, that shit was just fucking majestic. It was natural, and now it's all. You get fucking people like Fetty Wap and you know, what's her name, Nicki Minaj, and all these bitches,
Cardi B and
trap music and all that bullshit. It's like yeah, it's like, I guess if you want to like grind and shit, but like you can't appreciate it for what it's trying to send as a message. You know, like songs back then. Yeah,
you gotta realize, you know, people would watch MTV videos, and that's how they learn about, you know, what was popular to wear, what was the culture like.
Yeah.
And then nowadays you're showing kids, oh yeah, dry humping somebody or twerking, or, you know, talking about, oh, men are shit, that you should make your own money.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, you know, I hope you guys realize, and like what you're teaching a young kid to do. You know, you're teaching them what to do. You know, you're telling them, hey, do this, do that. And then, oh no, here comes parents complaining. And what do the artists do? They don't do nothing. They don't care, because why? They be making that moolah.
Yeah, man.
They don't give a fuck.
Yeah, and dude, it's like a bunch of the music sounds like this, like you know, it's like I get it. It's a quick buck, dude. I worked in the music industry for a little bit as a chef, but nonetheless, I saw how things worked out, and the people okaying music like this are fucking kids that are interns, dude. Like fucking interns are making music popular that shouldn't be popular. You know, like you have granted there are some bands that make it through that are decent, like fucking like Post Malone. I met him one time. Did I tell you the story about the Uber thing?
No, I don't think you ever told me that story, man.
We'll touch on it later, but you know, long story short, I was driving some guy, and he was on his way to a party, and he goes, hey man, I don't have any cash to tip you. And I'm like, oh, that's all good, man, no problem. And he goes, you wanna come inside, have a drink real quick? I'm like, no man, it sounds fun, but I gotta keep on grinding. I got a car payment to make, and it's all good. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. He goes, all right, man, because we got one of my homies right now. Posty's there. I was like, Posty? He's like, yeah, you don't know Posty? I was like, nah. I saw him, dude. Fucking all tattoos on his face and everything, coming out to the fucking street.
You met Post Malone?
Coming out to the fucking street. Gave me a fist bump at the car, bro. He's like, hey, you want a drink? I was like, I'm good, man. I appreciate it. Go ahead and have your drink. Have fun. He's like, all right, man, that's what it is. And he fucking ran off of it back into the house, dude. It was in downtown LA at some big loft house. Yeah, I'm like, okay. So, yeah, people like yeah. Bro, yeah. And people like that, he was born in the 90s. So I'm like, okay, if people like that can make it through, you know, then I have some hope for the music industry. I mean, we can turn it around. And he's a legit fucking person too. So, but I mean, none of this fucking trap music. And I know I'm shitting a lot on what is hip hop now, but hip hop in the 80s, that was fucking hip hop, dude. Those motherfuckers like Run DMC influence people like Eazy-E, Ice Cube, Snoop Dogg, you know, real rap. That shit was fucking top notch. And we'll have to get on them on a different episode. We'll call it the 90s episode. We could do that next. But
yes, sir.
Yeah, man. So, all right, I'm getting mad talking about MTV and getting fucked over by fucking
Let's talk about shows, man.
Jersey Mike
shows
and
that are going on.
Yeah, bro. I didn't even put shows down on my topic list, but let's do fucking shows.
from my research, cartoons were the number one thing that
dude.
kid would have watched.
Yeah, fucking Jetsons. I think The Simpsons made the cut because they came out 1989. Yeah, and
so we're talking to shows about like G.I. Joe, Transformers, Thundercats, He-Man, the real Ghostbusters,
fucking Robotech.
Dude, everybody would watch those.
Yeah, dude, and that too. Like, how many times have we gone to Frankensons and we'd see like a fucking Transformer stand? Like, dude, remember that glass wall that has all the open toys and it's all fucking Transformers, all G.I. Joe, like they're all open too, and that commands a bigger payday for people trying to sell that shit because it's a collectible. Because people that people that had them back in the 80s, they want them again now because that's, but yeah, dude, fucking cartoons were legit. I still like Transformers, dude. All the movies that came out, and then they get into those weird. Did you ever watch the Transformers movie?
Yeah, I've seen a couple.
No, the cartoon one, the first one, where Optimus. Spoiler alert: Optimus Prime dies.
Yes, I've seen that one.
Bro, it's like all fucking 80s music. It's all heavy metal. Like that shit's fucking. It's a good flick, and it's just powerful, dude.
Yes,
and,
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but along with cartoons, there were the live action shows, sitcoms, dude. The Cosby's,
Magnum PI,
Silver Spoons,
Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah, Dukes were, dude. I'm kind of like, I don't know. I'm kind of like on the fend a little bit because of the Confederate, the General, the General Lee, the car. I was like, okay.
Oh, dude, that's a beautiful car.
Yeah, but what it stands for, I'm like,
The Confederate flag, yeah. That's the only bad thing about it.
I don't know, man. But then you get classics like the fucking Hulk. Bro, you should have known.
Oh,
you
Lou
didn't
Ferrigno.
Yeah, dude. That show was fucking... That's the first time anyone ever played a live-action superhero of that magnitude. Like, there was no CGI back then. It was just a fucking shitty wig with body paint.
I believe it was two actors, right? Lou Ferrigno, he's the Hulk.
Yeah, and Bill Bixby. He played Bruce Banner. Yeah. Dude, that shit was ahead of its time, too. And then you had Linda Carter. Fucking Wonder Woman, dude. Like...
Oh, that's right. Wonder Woman was a popular show.
Bro.
Oh, dude, I can top that.
No, you can't.
Charlie's Angels.
Shut your fucking mouth. Okay, I guess. It wasn't
Come on. Those chicks were hot.
You get a golf clap. It's not... But, yeah, dude, it's just... it shows in the 80s where... You can't recapture that. Like, they have shows like I think Magnum PI's out right now, and it's with a Latino character, and it's pretty cool. Then you get a fucking MacGyver. That's pretty cool. It just depends on how you portray those characters, and it's a lot easier to do them again because CGI is a lot better. The effects are a lot better. Productions run a lot more expensive now, so.
Yes, sir.
They run on ratings, and back then it was just kind of like, oh, let's see what we can put out and whatever.
I think Hawaii 5-0 is also being remade.
Remade
again.
Yeah, and it's with that guy from the Asian guy from Lost. It was pretty cool. I saw a couple episodes, but not enough for me to. It was one of those things where I was working at night and I could never like catch the fresh episode, and I didn't have TiVo and all that bullshit, so. I mean, with the quarantine, I suppose I can get back into it, but I won't. But, yeah, dude, what other shows did you watch that were like, okay?
I don't know, man. There's still a lot of shows.
Yeah.
I can't really think of. I mean, I was mostly watching cartoons from back then.
Yeah. Well, of course.
As far as like
Yogi
live
Bear
action shows, I wouldn't really watch them.
Yeah, I got to do a major rewatch on the Hulk, dude, because that show is fucking awesome. And even then, they had reruns from like Batman '66 that were still coming out in the '70s and '80s, and I have a whole collection of Batman, dude, and it's a shame
Isn't
that
Adam West from the Batman from the 80s?
No, well, he was Batman throughout '66, moving forward until Michael Keaton came out, and that actually puts him into this category because that movie came out in 1989, just enough to make the cut. But bro, Michael, if you want to talk about Batman in his prime, fucking Michael Keaton, dude,
Yes.
he was a good one. He's one of the best ones, and he's coming back in the Flash remake, or not the remake, but the new movie coming out. Whenever this is over, he just got contracted to be like the new Nick Fury of the DC universe. So it's gonna be an older, he's gonna be an older Batman. So I'm excited about that. I really, you know me, I'm always like pro Marvel, fuck DC. But on this one, I'll give it to him. They scored pretty big, and I think he's gonna get a shit ton of money. But
yes, Michael Keaton as a Batman, dude, he did a really good job.
Yeah,
and dude,
dude.
I have to give props to what's his name, Jack Nicholson as a Joker too.
Yeah,
He did a pretty decent. He did a really good job.
because before him it was Cesar Romero on Batman '66. So since then there hadn't been a Batman and Joker. They were the two characters that were bringing those characters into a different light, almost fucking 25 years apart, 20 years apart, 60s, 23 years. So from 66 to 89 when it came out. And that shit's fucking, that's hard to do, dude, when you get stuck here, and then they put up the pedestal like right there, but then you have to try to like jump that and go above what they did. You have to push the bar because you're already given a high bar. And they did a fucking excellent job, dude. It's easily another one of my favorite 80s movies. All right, let's get into movies, dude. We were doing shows for a bit, but the movies, bro, were fucking insane. That's all that I would watch all throughout the 90s, all throughout the early 2000s. Even now, dude, I got a collection of 80s movies. Like,
can we agree to disagree that George Lucas and Steven Spielberg are like the main directors of the 80s?
No.
No?
Bro, are you
Really?
fucking kidding? Bro, okay. John Hughes and the Brat Pack, they control the fucking 80s, dude. Yeah, Spielberg and Lucas, they put out some good hits. Fucking, they got Indy, they got the last
E.T.
E.T. It was okay. Fuck E.T. Looks like a walking dick. And then they got and then they got the last two entries of the Star Wars films. So
That's right.
Yeah, Empire Strikes Back came out in 1980, and then the last one, Return of the Jedi, was 83. So they're right in it, dude. Like, it was, we could agree to disagree, but I think one of the main attractions movie-wise was anything John Hughes. So he had fucking The Breakfast Club. He had fucking, is it John Hughes? Yeah, it's John Hughes. He had a Breakfast Club, Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Yeah. Dude, fuck, that soundtrack was so fucking insane. Yeah, dude, and then you had movies like Robert Zemeckis bringing out fucking Back to the Future, like that whole franchise in the 80s. Bro, the whole fucking thing in the 80s. Or did the third one come out in 90? No, it must have been 80.
No, it all came out in the 80s, bro.
Yeah, right?
When they filmed Back to the Future 2, they were right
85.
away. They had started with number 3 right away.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah, that shit revolutionized. It was one of the first things that turned into a franchise besides Star Wars. Everything else was like, people hadn't heard of sequels. They were like, surely there can't be another one of these fucking things. And then there it goes. Robert Zemeckis is like, watch me, bitch. Hold my cup. And he just did it. And those movies were they're revolutionary on two accounts. Where one of them was you didn't know that people were gonna love that 30 years later, and that's how you build a fucking franchise. Like, and it outperformed everything. You know, that shit was like, it was a cast handed down from the heavens. This is heavy, Doc.
It got insane that I don't know what year it was, sometime in like 2010, around the 2010s area time, they released the Pepsi that came out on Back to the Future too.
Yeah, it was 2015, because that's the year in October. I remember, dude. I have the newspaper somewhere, but I got that newspaper clipping that you could buy at 7-Elevens. It was the front page of the, I think, of the LA Times or the New York Times. Anyways, or USA Today. I think it was USA Today. They printed out a special printing of the first page was the same one from Back to the Future Part 2, where it said
nice.
Youth Jailed, and it was a picture of Marty McFly's son being taken away to jail. Dude, it's just fucking crazy, and it had the same date and everything. I was like, oh, it's Back to the Future Day. That shit fucking... I remember I was working with the food trucks, and instead of getting everything ready and fucking getting my shit on the truck, I jammed to the 7-Eleven that was like down the road. It was like a couple of miles. I went and I was late. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna buy one. I'm gonna make sure I bought 3 of them, and I framed one. That's just fucking sick, dude. It's just, yeah, memorabilia is just anyways, that impacted my life pretty much to the T, dude. Like, everyone wanted to be a Marty. It's just it was a little weird that I think someone in high school would be fucking hanging out with a professor or with Doc Brown. He's in his fucking 60s. That's his best friend at the time. Like, okay,
Doc, you're telling me
you
can go to the future? Precisely, Marty.
Yeah, that was a pretty good Doc. That was pretty good, man. Yeah, but he's a fucking weirdo, dude, hanging out with fucking high school kids. I mean, what do you think that relationship was like? Because there's no backstory.
I actually watched a YouTube video that they talked about that. Like,
they have a backstory on it?
High school kid be hanging out with an old high school professor, you know? And then there's a theory saying that that Doc just wanted to kill himself. He was just crazy in the head. He just, like, you know that scene when he's controlling the car on the remote? Yeah. And then, like, Marty's trying to move out of the way, but then he pulls him forward to record it. Supposedly, he was supposed to fail, and it was supposed to, like, ram them over and kill them. But, you know, it worked. You know? That's the fan theory. Because, like, I was like, okay, whatever.
I don't know.
You know what's cool, though? Yeah. You know what's cool? The mall that they shot it at, it's nearby your place, man. That's dope. And they still have the old sign to this day.
Are you talking about the Puente Hills Mall?
Yeah.
Yeah, remember that's where we go karaoke. I showed you the sign.
Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's so cool that they still have the sign. And it has the same time and date, everything. It's still there.
Yeah. It's fucking... Oh, fuck. We gotta go back and steal that sign, though, bro, because it's just like... It's fucking awesome. I can neither confirm nor deny that I was once in that parking lot trying to do 88, like at fucking 1:15 in the morning. Couldn't get up to 88. It's impossible. Movie magic, bro. I think I got to like...
Especially on the DeLorean.
Yeah, and I was there with my fucking cheap ass Kia. Now, it was a nice Kia, but it didn't have the 1.21 gigawatts. My
and flux capacitor.
Flux capacitor was a little shitty that night. Yeah, I know, that's what I'm saying. That's fucking... But, yeah, we gotta recreate that scene again. Dibs on Marty, though. You gotta be the Doc.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great Scots.
Dude. Okay. What about the Brack? My God, fuck. The Brat Pack. So you got, dude. You got you got Rob Lowe. You got Molly Ringwald. You got fucking Ralph Macchio. Bro, Ralph Macchio, we didn't even fucking cover that. Karate Kid.
Karate Kid. Oh
and
my
that
god.
franchise.
One of the best 80s movies I can rewatch forever and ever.
Yeah.
Like it's wax on, wax off.
You would want to wax
Mr. Miyagi, I can't do this. Daniel-san. You can't.
It's fucking...
Dude,
forget
movie.
catching a fly, bro. It's way easier to catch crabs, especially if you're hanging out with your mother.
Oh.
Bro, I'm sorry.
But dude, that
sorry, not
Karate Kid, man, dude. I remember when I watched it as a kid for the first time, I wanted to do karate so bad. I was like,
yeah,
fuck, man, it's so dope.
Yeah, dude, and it looks easy. Not. But yeah, dude. Okay. You've seen How I Met Your Mother, right? A couple of them?
Yes, sir.
Did you ever catch the reference where Barney said that Johnny Lawrence is the actual Karate Kid? Where he's the main protagonist, like the protagonist, he's the good guy in the movie?
Yeah.
Okay. I think I don't know. I can see where he lies on that. Because yeah, dude, Daniel LaRusso is coming straight in from Jersey. He's a little thug. Fucking steals Johnny's girlfriend and fucking tries to make him look bad, and then he has to challenge him, and then he's, he came in and he fucked up his scene. Bro, think of it like this. If Daniel LaRusso were to never have come in from New Jersey, do you think that movie would have ever taken place?
Nah.
No, he came in and he fucked shit up for Johnny, bro.
I think Daniel LaRusso was actually the bully.
Yeah, he was.
To be honest.
He was. I mean, and that girl, Allie, she was way too thick for him, bro. There's no way he could have handled.
You know what's cool though in that movie? You know how they go to golf and stuff, which is the one over here in Norwalk.
Yeah.
If you go inside of one of the buildings, they actually have like the actual posters and scenes of when they were filming that.
Oh yeah,
it's
yeah.
So cool, dude.
Yeah.
So cool, dude.
Yeah. And what's up with that water slide? I think they had closed it down a long ass time ago because someone probably died. Don't quote me on
or
that.
fucking got an accident.
Yeah, drowned in the fucking 1 foot of water. But yeah, dude, Karate Kid's another monster. Oh, that Alley too, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
what about movies and comedies, man? That was a big thing in the 80s, dude. Like we got like Beverly Hills Cop, man.
Yeah, Beverly Hills Cop. Was 48 Hours. You got
dude, Police Academy.
Yeah, Police Academy, dude.
Oh my god, that movie, man! Like I don't even, what's that guy name who could do all those funny sounds?
Michael Winslow.
Dude, that guy just so hilarious, dude. Super hilarious.
They brought him back for Spaceballs. He was in Spaceballs too,
Spaceballs.
And that was he was in
Spaceballs, man.
Yeah, just in that short clip. But that dude, it was. Oh, there's so many good things about the 80s. Like, the movies were, like, everything. The movies were fucking everything, dude. Like, it's just fucking crazy.
Now, if we're moving away from comedy, let's talk about horror. We're talking about, like...
About horrors?
Friday the 13th, Michael Myers.
Oh, horror. I thought you were talking about horrors.
Yeah. Whatever.
No, yeah.
Dude, from what
slasher cult.
did my research, it was an ongoing battle between Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street. Because Friday the 13th would release a movie. When next thing you know, Nightmare on Elm Street would release a movie. So go on and back and forth. They would just release movies back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
It was insane, dude.
Yeah. Who do you think is the best one?
Wanted to watch that.
Who do you think won that?
What's
one?
up?
Who do you think wins that?
If I had to be truly honest, I think Jason movies, all the Friday the 13th movies are pretty good.
I'm gonna have to disagree hard, bro. Freddy. Even in the movie, who won? It was like a draw, no?
No, Jason won, bro.
No, that Jason can't win. Bro, that movie was fucking stupid. Freddy versus Jason, you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
No, it's like,
Freddy was about to win, and then Jason came out of nowhere, stabbed Freddy with his own freaking claws, and then that's it. That was game.
that's dumb. No, everyone knows that movie was just based on fucking trying to bring back slashers and titties. Like it wasn't even like I'm gonna give it a half clap. Like it wasn't a good movie. You can't really justify that one. You would have to put them. I don't know. You could take everything away, and you're gonna have to pit them together, just face off to face off. None of these fucking little horny teenagers getting in the way of everything. You have to have them like fight in like a plain room, because if it comes down to that, I think no, what's his face up? Freddy has the upper hand because he's some sort of a supernatural monster, because he attacks you from your dreams. He lives in your mind. So Jason, he's just a fucking little kid who couldn't swim, and now he has his mama's machete. You know, it's like I'm not gonna. I'm gonna call
that. Have you ever played the game Friday the 13th?
There's a game. That came
out on the PS4.
No.
Have you ever played that game? Mm-mm. You should play that game, dude. You'll see my point why I think Jason is a fucking badass.
No, that doesn't count.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do it.
Speaking of movies, does RoboCop count as one of the 80s movies?
When did it come out? It has to be. Wasn't it like 87, 88?
Probably.
If
What about Alien or Predator movies?
Yeah. Bro. Terminator, Predator, all those movies, dude. Like, if you could put them into a giant fucking box, mix them around, pull out a name from the box, and whatever you read, you're gonna be okay with it. 9 out of 10. It's just 80s movies where it's at, bro. It's you know, like it's fucking. I almost wanna invest everything that I have to build some sort of time machine to go back to the 80s, but I won't, because it's impossible. But I want to.
You know, deep down, you want to go back in the future, get the first ever comic book, Action Comics #1, and then leave it in the storage, and then just sell it for millions of dollars. You know you want to do that.
How would I do that if I'm going back to the future?
I don't know.
I would have to go back to the past.
Whatever. Just go back to the past, go back to the present. Just don't, don't abuse it.
Okay. Sports Almanac. Fucking bastard. Yeah, dude. And let's close it up with Nintendo. Age of Atari, Pong, Donkey Kong, Super Mario. What the fuck?
Wow.
Bro.
Dude, I have to tell you, I prefer those games because those games were challenging. You died, oh well. Start from the very fucking beginning. Like, hell no, dude. Can you imagine how frustrating it was to play a game like that?
Yeah. I'm gonna disagree 100%. I'm gonna go with games from today because I didn't get to play games because I'm a married man with kids, so I had to wait fucking 3 years after PlayStation came out so that I can get a PlayStation 4. B, the graphics are really good. My eyesight's pretty terrible, so anything that came out before N64, I'm gonna have to say nah. It was cool because it was a step up in evolution. Like it fed games of today, because you can't have something good if you don't have shit before it. Like Pong. Yeah, I get Pong. It's like
Atari was the first thing ever, man.
Yeah, but it's like I'm glad that we didn't have to settle for that. That's the only part of the 80s that I was kind of okay with not having. Yeah, it's okay, but to me, the challenging part is repetitiveness. I can't fucking do that. Like, you can't, you're gonna tell me that Last of Us 2 is less intriguing than fucking Pong? Yeah. Even Super Mario, dude, is like, it's the same shit. It's basically Pong with colors and a little man instead of the ball. Like, you're just going and this is all you're doing. Fucking going and big cooch-sized tunnel coming out. Bloop, 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 bloop. Fucking, you know, it's just.
Yeah, but we have to appreciate it, man. It's what started. It's what gave us video games. You know, sometimes you gotta start low, and then look how it evolved. You know how everything evolved since then. You know.
I guess. I'm not saying I don't appreciate it. I just don't prefer it. That's exactly what I'm saying.
I'm pretty sure one day when I have my own kids and they see, you know, me playing on an Atari or Nintendo Entertainment System, and so they're gonna be like, "What the fuck is this piece of shit?"
Oh yeah, you know? Definitely. Yeah. I downloaded the pod racing Star Wars pod racing from the PS2 version onto my PS4. And my son...
this is pod racing!
No, and dude, my son, Logan, he was looking at it, he's like, Dad, why does it look weird? I was like, dude, the graphics weren't even all that bad. It's because they don't look like fucking Jedi Fallen Order over here. Like, yeah, I was like, if you only knew, there was one version before this that sucked even worse. Yeah, dude, but... It's fucking crazy. Yeah, but the 80's.
It was a magical time, dude.
Very magical. Alright, man. Do you have anything else you want to talk about the 80's about?
Nah, man, I just, you know, I wish I was born in the 80's, man. Like, I'm talking about, like, maybe being born in the 70's and then actually living the 80's as a teenager.
Oh, definitely.
You know? That's what I wish.
100%.
I wish it happened.
Yeah, man, it's the 80's. That's what we have to go back. Okay, everyone, wear your fucking mask. We'll synchronize the time. Let's all of us wear it. And hopefully we can get that percentage down. I think they said that they're going to reopen like at 5% or something like that. I know we're going to get re-quarantined in the winter anyways, so let's just make it okay to go out for a little bit. I need to go to an 80's club ASAP. But until then, dude, let's pray for something 80's to happen. I would be okay if things went south and we had to like fucking there was no like I don't know, like say the music industry went south or something and we like there's nothing that we could do to like get back electronic type beats and shit, and we had to start over with the 80's because then we could start putting out 80's hits again. I don't know. That's just hopeful thinking.
So, yeah, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just wish, I had ever gotten the opportunity to be a teenager in the 80's. Mm-hmm. So I'm pretty sure I would have been enjoying my life.
Definitely.
As a teen in the 80's.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%. Yeah. All right, man. Well, let's close it out. So, go ahead and listen to us on we're Talk Nerdy to Me. We are currently on Spotify, Radio Public, on Anchor, Breaker, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Overcast. Coming soon, YouTube. Y'all wanted to see this.
Yes, sir.
Y'all gonna get this. How do we do this? We're gonna get this. All right. Yeah, so we're gonna try to put this shit on there. You'll know by Friday. If not, then we weren't able to figure it out. Thank you guys for listening.
Also, if you listen to us, tag us. Tag us on Instagram.
Okay.
Remember we mentioned last episode we're trying to get to 100 followers, and once we get to 100 followers, we are gonna do something special.
Definitely.
Really special.
Definitely.
So if you listen to us, tag us. If you want to be part of the show, send us a direct message to talk nerdy to me. And
Okay.
we have all these. It would be great to have all these special guest stars.
That'd be sick.
Come join us
Yeah.
if you want. And if you are a small business owner too, and you want us to promote your business, we're all about small businesses, man. We're here to help.
Okay. All right, man. So hit subscribe, drop that like. This is Talk Nerdy to Us. We out.